Can you get real work done wearing an Apple Vision Pro? Yes. Asterisk. So the easy answer is yes, because you can always screen share from a Mac. You just open Control Center. You hit this button right here, Mac Virtual Display. You connect, and it'll appear right in your space. And this is a window just like any other window in Vision OS, so you can pinch and move it around alongside all the other apps you have open. The keyboard and trackpad work exactly as you'd expect. I can move it around right here on the Mac Virtual Display, but it also extends to the other apps you have open as well. So with my Mac trackpad, I can control my music or my other apps that I have open. So no matter what, if you don't have the right app on your Apple Vision Pro, you can always bring it up on your Mac and get work done just the same. App support is the main limiting factor in how much work you can get done on a Vision Pro. Many critical parts of my job aren't possible without leaning on a virtual Mac. But that is to say that the core of what I do on Vision Pro, reading, writing, and keeping up with Slack messages, isn't just possible, it can be very pleasant and productive. Now, Apple calls the Vision Pro the first spatial computer. But the thing is, even on a Mac, I've always arranged my windows spatially, just within the confines of my two-dimensional display. On a Vision Pro, I can have largely the same workspace, except much less crowded, because the windows can take up as much space as they need to in the entire room surrounding me. If you're doing any amount of serious work on a Vision Pro, I cannot recommend enough adding a Bluetooth keyboard. This one, made by Matthias, is called the Laptop Pro. It works flawlessly. You pair it once, and then anytime you put your headset back on, it'll instantly start working again. You don't have to repair it every time. And if your work demands it, you can also add a Bluetooth mouse or trackpad. Now on a Mac, your hands are constantly moving between the keyboard and the trackpad, or a keyboard and a mouse. That's why there are so many keyboard shortcuts for things like copy, paste, undo, redo, bold, italicize, so that it reduces some of that friction. Your hands can stay on the keyboard to do those common tasks. You don't have to move them back and forth between. On a Vision Pro, that friction doesn't exist. For example, if I'm typing a document, I just look at the bold button, pinch my fingers, and now I'm typing in bold. Look again, pinch, and now I'm typing normally. It's instant. There's no friction at all. And it's not just bold, like any function. Like this, I can add one of those for a read more tag in the middle of a post. I don't have to memorize the awkward keyboard shortcut for it. It might only save a few seconds at a time, but you really notice it. And I can do this work from anywhere. Anywhere I can sit a keyboard in my lap. You know, my Mac is permanently tied to my desk because of the monitor, the peripherals, the external storage, the microphone, all that stuff plugged into it. But my Vision Pro, I can just get up, sit my keyboard in my lap, press and hold the digital crown, and bring up the exact same working environment. All my windows around me, in as much space as I need wherever I go. Compared to a MacBook where you can only carry around your tiny 13 or 16-inch screen, on a Vision Pro, I have the same immersive environment wherever I am. If you aren't near an outlet, however, you are limited by the 2 to 3 hour battery life. Now, you can use the Vision Pro simultaneously with charging the battery, but that goes achingly slow. So you're pretty much limited to 1 or 2 of these excursions per day. You can also switch from your real-world environment and dial in one of these immersive spaces. And suddenly, you're doing your work on the surface of the moon. Now, I have a little bit of light peeking in through my light shield. I kind of suspect that I have a size too big, but it's uncanny how instantly it transforms broad daylight into night. And the other way around. It really tricks your brain. My only wish is that pass-through worked as well with dogs and cats as it does with people. When I'm in this immersive environment, I can see my hands all well and good, but I can be completely oblivious to the fact that Indy right here is trying to get my attention. So those are some of the pros and cons working inside a Vision Pro. It's closely correlated to how much work you can do entirely on the web without specialized apps, although the virtual Mac display can smooth that down a bit. Working on a Vision Pro has its annoyances, quirks, and limitations, but I think Apple has built a very solid foundation here for a version 1 product, and it'll only get better over time. Remember to like and subscribe, stay tuned for more of our Vision Pro videos. I'm Griffin Jones with Cult of Mac.